everybody, and we have made it to Friday, end of the week. Luckily, I don't have to work this weekend. I've got both kids. We're going to hopefully do something fun with them. Sophie's over here holding the fort down, watching some Blippi, having her usual morning snack of goldfish. All we have to accomplish today is run down to Fletcher and get some 2-foot diameter double wall pipe and a couple of elbows for an upcoming pond project. We're going to haul them down, deliver them to the job site, and hopefully I'll have time to show that job site to you guys and kind of explain what's wrong and how we're going to fix it. I am super excited to share with you this upcoming project. Behind me you can see a pond, and that pond isn't full. How we're going to have to do this pond project is a high risk. Number one, the way I'm going to have to do it, the pond could blow out if I can't maintain control of the water, but also, let's see if we can sneak up here without scaring them. Be able to see a little bit of the swirling. There's some huge carp in there. Yep, there they are. And you can see their backs in that water. That's how shallow this pond is right now. I've been tasked with making this repair without killing those fish if possible. I believe this pond was redone back in 95 or 2005, one of the two. But it's an 18-inch diameter metal pipe. And of course it's rusted out. The drain control rusted out and gone. There's no way to control this flow. That pipe was standing straight up and down at one point. The other thing that the last contractor did that I don't think it was a good idea is they ran that pipe straight out into that bank, and you can see it is really eating away at that. Kind of a no-no. I would love to hear in the comments how you guys would go about this. It is about 10 feet straight down from the water line to where the 90 is on this. Runs under the dam out that way. Originally when they put this in, the last contractor, it leaked. So I was told that they came in and poured a bunch of fast setting concrete. For all I know, there's 8 yards of concrete down in there that I will never be able to lift out with my machine. The other challenge is, in order to do this the way that I want to, I need 5 days of dry weather and preferably not even rain in the forecast. And here lately, that's just not happening. We'll walk up here and show you what I will be replacing this with and the other couple of challenges. I don't want to have to reseed all of this. That's the one reason I'm wanting it to be dry. I will reveal that I'll probably put down fabric here, and any dirt that I bring out temporarily from over there, I'll build a kind of a dry land bridge across here so I can shuttle material and machinery. This right here is 2-foot diameter double wall HDPE pipe. If y'all want to really have fun in the comments, tell me how you think I'm going to piece this together. Is the pipe going at the top of the dam, bottom, what have you? I've got 40 feet total straight pipe. I've got a 90 degree. I've got 2 or 3. I went ahead and got 3 poly couplers and a 45. And some fabric. As soon as we get 5 days in the forecast, we're gonna have some fun on this one. And it is Monday, May 20th. We are back over here at this property that we've been doing a lot of work to, one of which was the little pond. It's looking good, stay at the same level. I'm really glad that I slicked this off because over the weekend we got an absolutely huge amount of rain. And look at that. Now I may step in one spot, like right here, that's gonna be soft just a little bit, I think. Let's see. See where that boot print's holding water? But right next to it's pretty firm. That's not bad. We can work with that. Gonna be working with the Cat 289 and 309 excavator today. I've got several projects we can work on over here, but part of being in this business is setting priorities in an order that work best. We've got that grouping of trees back toward the beginning of the road that we could take down. We've got these 2 culvert pipes that we could install down here in this creek. The reason we've got to do that is we have to gain access into the woods across the way to build a road. And as y'all can see, I've decided to not do any of that. I'm actually up here on top of this pile of dirt that I've had stockpiled. I'm breaking it up for one reason. This is some awesome clay for any project because it packs so hard and good. Bad thing about it is it tends to pack up in our buckets. And each time you pack a little bit more into the bucket and it doesn't come out, it makes each scoop less efficient. My plan for the next couple of days, we don't have rain in the forecast today, tomorrow, or Wednesday, and that works great for me. The issue I'm running into, and the reason I'm doing this in this order, is number one, kind of thinking backwards. When we put the pipes in and start cutting that road in, I'm going to have a whole lot of grubbings and junk to come out. That has to go in a hole somewhere. Two, I'm going to have a whole bunch of trees and brush coming out, which I already have plenty of right here that's got to be burned in a hole somewhere. Well, guess what? Right where this pile of dirt that I'm sitting is really the only good, safe place to burn that I have. See, I got to scoop that stuff lightly and drop it from a height, and then that way I can grab the skid steer and come scoop into it easy. I won't have to push in to the pile, compacting it into the bucket, hopefully keeping me more efficient and less often I'll have to take the shovel and scrape the bucket out. Once we get all this dirt moved down to the dam, that's going to raise that up, and not only will it make it more level and a faster path across the dam, it'll dry quicker and it'll give me an easier path when I've got to clear all those trees over there to bring them over to burn. Oh, see there? See that stuff's already packing in? And I hate slamming my pins and bushings. I hate having to do that. Because that stuff just does not want to come out. Let's get to moving dirt over to the little pond there and see just how much this little pile of dirt will build it up. To the last scoop I'm going to fool with on covering this dam up. We'll get back there, show you what we've done with it. Boy, that sun is bright today. Now, of course, since I'm not using a roller, this is quite humpy right now. We've really raised it up, I'd say 2-3 feet. Try to float this back across here and make it as even as possible. A little low spot here. Well, I would have pushed a rock in here, wouldn't I? Won't be long before it's pushed about a foot deep. That'll do for now. Almost 360 hours. Time for some grease. Brought the skid steer over across the crossing and got it greased up. I'm really happy how this turned out so far. That little pile of dirt up there really helped build this up. On this side, it's about a 3 foot gain over there, maybe about 2 feet. Now for the next procedure, I've got quite a few black walnuts to clean up. There's a whole line of trees right down through there that I've got to take out. They'll come out pretty easy. And then I've got one over there that's got a power line running through it. That'll be a little more technical. They're not real big, but it'll take me a little while to clean them up. The reason we're wanting to take all these out, this driveway splits down there. We're on the other end now, and this road splits 2 ways. They're wanting me to build a driveway extension straight down through there. So this tree will have to go. This is the one that's got the power lines running through it. Shouldn't be too hard. Let's get these trees on the ground. You look a little bit bloated, miss. Just had a little bit of lunch. Now we're going to ease over here to this first walnut and see if it's just a real pushover. Let's just give him a quick nudging. Oh yeah, I believe she'll go right over. Now in the words of my buddy Chris, Mr. Let's Dig 18, timber. It's not as big of a tree as he does a lot of the time with just a push, but gotta start somewhere. Hopefully that glare's not too bad, but just look at the roots that come off of these things. See if I can do it without breaking it. Ah, I broke it. Dang it. See if we can roll a root out over here. These things have a pretty healthy root system to them. Yeah, I just keep snapping them. Golly, you all right? That glare is pretty bad on the old windshield today. But, no, that's part of the stump. Yep. That's not even a stump, that's a root. I got you. Show you guys how I break these things up. The only thing I gotta be picky about this time around is that they're short enough to fit between those two big trees. And luckily I'll be far enough from the standpipe on that little pond that I don't have to worry about hitting that trash rack. What I like to do is get to where I'm at a pretty steep angle here. Break them, re-grab them, and stack them. Let's do this one tree so you guys can see how I break them apart. There's a bundle of them. Re-grab them. Now, if it's a brittle tree, which hardwoods tend to be hard, but they're brittle. If you have to walk straight up to them, just get you a grab on every one of those. And as you pull the bucket towards you, spin to the right. Like since the tree is falling this way, do that. Now see, it's trying to pull that one up on me. So I've got to back off. Otherwise I'll pull that limb in here with me. I don't want that. That'd be bad. Let's see. Usually a tree like this, just a couple of minutes if I'm not trying to talk at the same time. And I'll make bundles small enough that I know I can grab with the skid steer. See, I can grab the whole top of that tree like that. And just grab it and squeeze it a couple of times. If you've got somebody running the skid steer for you, you'll have a little bit of time, more than likely, between trips that they're making. So now let's see what we got. There's one I can go ahead and get. When it's dry like this and it's not muddy, you don't have to worry about too much mud and dirt sticking to the stuff for it to burn. Let's see here. If you got one that's wanting to hold on, be careful how hard you pull, because you'll pull that whole tree in on you. See if I can snap that one. Yep, there she went. Let's go ahead and start our second bundle. gonna do this one tree. I won't film every one of them. That gets monotonous. Let's see here. So I can get every one of them. That was a fork in the tree, and when they're spread out like that, it makes it a bigger bundle and it's hard to get a hold of with a skid steer. So every split, I try to break it and make it to where everything compacts, because like that one sticking up, that's just going to cause problems. So I'll break them and just work them up, you know, make it easy on yourselves. All right, let's see here. We're almost down to chainsaw territory. Now, if you have a 30 or 40,000 pound excavator, like Sam over there at the TriStar Digging, you could bust this whole tree up. You wouldn't have to break out a chainsaw, more than likely. I think his machine's about a 28,000 or 30,000 pound. In my opinion, that's one of the perfect clearing sizes for like this area where it's a lot of mountains and stuff. They climb good. Now all this little brushy stuff, if you try to pick each and every one up and not mess the ground up below it, it's going to take you all day. So just kiss the ground with your bucket teeth, and when one's sticking straight out from you, go out toward the end of it and just spin to the side and pull in at the same time, and you'll be able to pick most of those up. Sorry about all the banging and bucket noises, but the glare on the glass is awful today. So it's one or the other, glare or loud noise. And see there, we got two nice little bundles. I'm gonna grab the chainsaw, cut this sucker up, and then we'll see how small of a package this tree worked up into. So there's stuff. I got that right there is why I always want to blade. I like being able to level myself. I'll save those two. People that make poles and pins, they really like this walnut. But these, garbage. Let's see, I'll just toss them right there. Cool. Stump can stay there. All right, let's grab the skid steer and start shoveling some stuff. All right, yet again about 3/4 throttle. That's all I'm going to run on this. And when I go to work the clamp, or clamshells as I call them, on the grapple, I may give it a little bit of throttle if it's struggling a little bit. Now, I might be able to get a little bit greedy here and get both of these bundles. Let's try it, just for the fun of it. Look at that. Got most of it. Now can I hang on to it? It's a question. be a bunch of safety people screaming at the TV right now, carry the load low, carry it low. Yeah, it's better to do that when you're first getting used to your machinery, but I have to give this 289 some props. It's actually quite stable. Oh, I caught y'all. Oh my God. The camera gave out and fell and I grabbed it. Go me. All right, let's go across here once. I think I'm gonna fit. Let's see. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't think I am. I may have to force my way through here. Hammer down. Yeah, we had to break a couple of them, but we made it. Let's head up here to the brush pile. I have discovered I can carry a load pretty high with this thing, especially if it's just leaning forward or back. You know, side to side I wouldn't take much chance. And every machine is different. See, I just saved my customer a few minutes charge right there. Let's see how much one trip across my little skid steer compacted trail sunk me. Let's see. I didn't sink much. About 1 inch sinkage. There's the one limb. I only dropped one. I call that pretty good, pretty good. Let's go here and see what was left. Not much. Now see, I could haul that with this other bundle, but I'm not. So I like keeping everything separate. Alright, we'll haul this load over. All this junk's getting burned. It really shouldn't matter, but I guess it's just a little bit of my OCD that I like to set everything up by size and type. So like, there's grubbings, dirt and such, brush pile, and then anything over probably about 5 or 6 inches. I'm headed over now to get the stump, haul it over. I don't have a stump pile yet, but it'll be over there near the big stuff. Go ahead and grab these logs here. I've got to put the word out to all the locals that there's going to be a bunch of walnut over here. I'm sure there'll be a woodworker somewhere, won't it? I hope. I hate to see it all go up in flames, but I'll burn it. That's just about a 14, 18 inch stump. It's not too bad heavy for this rig. You can see I can actually carry it up high too. Now you talk about compaction. This little road will be compacted now. Typically, I like to be a little pickier about stumps. I flip them over and place them up on top of the pile, which also means sometimes I have to hover my boom up over the fire. When we had the last burn, the burn pit was, well, it was right in here marked by those 4 cinder blocks. And I placed them so I wouldn't dig the new pit into the old one and get into a bunch of junk. But the wind always, now this could change, but during the last burn, it always blew from that direction, straight across through here, and up from the valley, up that ridge. So I'm gonna place my stumps over this way. That way, if the wind's blowing, it's at least blowing the heat away from my machine. This thing didn't even sink with that heavy stump on the front of it. So I think we're gonna be okay. I don't think we're gonna have to do a whole lot more grading there.